pause, rewind, or fast forward using your digital remote whenever you want. Choose from hundreds of channels with more premium channels than satellite. And the same digital cable gives you 2 great connections at the same time. With Roadrunner High-Speed Online, you're always connected. Download photos, video, and music up to 50 times faster than dial-up. Make shopping a joy. And with these special savings, now is the time to get digital cable from Time Warner. Get half off any DigiPick or DigiPick combo package for the first 2 months. And when you order now, installation is only $9.95. Time Warner Cable. Now anything's possible.
Welcome back to Long Beach Police Activity League for the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. Rob Osmond with you with All-Star Entertainment Productions. Up next, we have the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships at the senior level. We'll be taking a good look at our boxers at the 106-pound category in the senior division. 14 and 15-year-olds. Eric Altimirano in the red corner from Community USA Boxing Club, and his opponent Ronnie Rios from TKO Boxing Club out of Santa Ana in the blue corner. First round action about to get underway on a cold, wet, rainy day in Long Beach. Eric Altimirano in the yellow trunks and yellow top, and Ronnie Rios out of the blue corner in the navy blue trunks with red trim. Solid round action to get things started. A very short getting to know each other period, and then off to action they go. Some difficult exchanges inside as both boxers fairly evenly matched, as most are at the 14 and 15-year-old senior level. Solid left hand that Rios walked into from Altimirano. And then Rios counters with a left hook and a nice solid jab as we are midway through round number 1. A good left cross there caught Altimirano, and Rios capitalizing on it, and then lands a solid right uppercut that caught Altimirano on the chin, and Rios now be able to pick his way in, find the spots to hit, and taking advantage of it. Altimirano trying to turn the tide and be the aggressor and come forward, but so far Rios has been able to keep him off. Then a hard overhand right caught Altimirano. And then a left on the inside. Good movement by Ronnie Rios to rack up some points. Altimirano comes in with a left that didn't have much on it, but may have landed for a scoring blow as round number 1 comes to a close. Ronnie Rios racking up the points out of the blue corner, out of Santa Ana and TKO Boxing Club. Ronnie Rios, a very solid boxer in that stable at 106 pounds. Looking for that chance to represent California in the regional Silver Glove Championships that are forthcoming. On the other side, Eric Altimirano was caught a couple of times, once on the chin and a couple times for scoring blows to the head, but Mirano got a few in. He just needs to put a little more weight on it. He comes out of Concord, California, up north, out of Community USA Boxing Club. Second round action coming up from the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships on a cold and wet day in Long Beach. Eric Altimirano again in yellow, and the navy blue is Ronnie Rios. Altimirano trying to get things started right away. Rios holding his ground, working on the inside, starting low, working his way up, racking up some points along the way is Ronnie Rios. And both boxers being cautioned about what they do when they get locked up inside that way. It's easy to get a hold of somebody and do a little twisting and turning on them to prevent them from being able to throw a punch. Both boxers guilty. They'll move on. Ronnie Rios, Altimirano in the clinches again, doing some good work from inside the trenches. But not too many points coming that way. Ronnie Rios has Altimirano in the corner. Altimirano able to pull himself out. And Eric Altimirano, and now we're the Rock'em Sock'em Robots in the corner. No real form, no real fashion. And a mouthpiece comes flying out from Ronnie Rios. I did not see a punch that sent it there, so Ronnie Rios probably just got a little overzealous, and out came the mouthpiece. And back to action we go. Working our way through the second round. Altimirano pouring it on. Rios trying to get something going on the inside, can't do it. And from a distance, Eric Altimirano has been able to hold his own. But once inside and once able to find that spot, Ronnie Rios is the more accurate and the harder throwing of the boxers. A good exchange on the inside. Altimirano working more the side of the gloves than putting the white spot on. That is the end of the second round. In a very difficult bout to score. Advantage still would remain, I believe, with Ronnie Rios out of the TKO Boxing Club. Did a great job. Once he gets inside, once he's able to hold his ground and find his spots on the inside, he is very powerful. And then when he comes away, Altimirano's able to get his first punch away, but that second punch and all of Ronnie Rios' counter punches have been fairly accurate. Altimirano now has the unfortunate disposition now of trying to have to dig out of a 2-round deficit and come back to make something happen. But because of time constraints, we'll move ahead to the decision. You're watching the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships from Long Beach Police Activity Leagues. That decision forthcoming. Rob Osmond with you with All-Star Entertainment Productions. Ronnie Rios really opening things up in that third round. Still a very contested bout. And that decision will be forthcoming. It has been a very cold and rainy day in Long Beach. There are a lot of leaks in the roof of the Long Beach Police Activity League. But the action is hot and heavy inside the ring. It's a multiple-day tournament. And the boxers have been fighting for the last 4 days now. They had 2 rings going at one time, but now we're down to 1 for the championships. And at 106 pounds, Eric Altimirano in yellow, Ronnie Rios in the navy blue, awaiting the decision at 106 pounds. And that winner will be Ronnie Rios. Ronnie Rios from Santa Ana, and TKO Boxing Club will represent California in the regional Silver Glove Championships. Congratulations to Ronnie Rios. We'll take a quick break. More boxing is coming up. You're watching the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week.
You have a unique lifestyle?
You need a unique car detail service that fits your needs.
Unique Car Detail specializes in complete car care.
Scratch removal, door dings, bumper repair, and minor dents.
Let them seal or wax your car from sun and sand damage.
You want your car to look good, inside and out.
Washing eliminates dirt, but not scratches and dings.
Time is no excuse.
With their mobile detail service, they can revive your car's luster at home, work, or at their shop.
Whatever fits your needs.
It's convenient for you.
That's what's unique about Unique Car Detail.
Unique Car Detail.
Affordable and convenient.
200-6326.
Moving up in weight classes, you're watching the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. Javier Molina out of the red corner at 112 pounds, and his opponent, Martin Marcado from Marcado Boxing Club, from Merced Boxing Club rather, out of Fresno, in the blue corner. So this is the senior division, 14 and 15-year-olds in the 2004 California State Silver Gloves Championships from Long Beach Police Activity League. First round action about to get underway. In red is Javier Molina out of Commerce Boxing Club, and in blue is Martin Marcado. So all judges and officials and ringside are ready to roll, and we are off in boxing in round number 1. Javier Molina going to work against Martin Marcado. A very methodical and calm, calculating boxer. Very dangerous is Javier Molina, and he has unloaded a couple of stiff shots already, and a hard overhand right caught Marcado, and Marcado knows now he is in a battle as Molina continues to stake out his ground, to look for that mark that he can put the white part of the glove on, and does so with very powerful authority. Marcado unsure about how to initiate things to get it going. Finally just throws some punches out there. Molina fights it off and counters very effectively, and that could be Molina's strength. He is very skilled at picking. We saw him in the Desert Showdown back in October, and Javier Molina has done nothing but improve since then. At 14 and 15-year-old, he has a lot of fights to his credit, and this will be a slip by Marcado. He was trying to backpedal in a hurry as Molina was starting to unload and went down. No points awarded for knockdowns in amateur boxing. It's only the points of the glove on the target area that'll get you a victory. Molina, his punches just absolutely accelerate from the halfway point. He'll start to throw a punch, and about halfway through, he develops the speed in the punch and has some power on it. So Martin Marcado knows he's in for a bout and has got to pick things up. A very tough first round for Martin Marcado out of Fresno, California, representing the Central Local Boxing Committee out of Merced Boxing Club. And over in the red corner, Javier Molina, just another day at the office, a solid boxer. He was the champion at 112 pounds for Desert Showdown in the open category, so a lot of experience has Javier Molina, and it shows. He calls the City of Commerce home and boxes out of Commerce Boxing Club. Second round action underway, and the hard-throwing Molina picks up right where he leaves off, or where he left off, and now with a flurry of punches has Marcado backpedaling. Molina very methodical about his punch selection, starting to try to put together some combinations that are his success. Marcado able to slip in there, an overhand right that caught Molina. And now he's just wildly throwing, trying to get something to connect. But Molina solid off of his effort. The last of those counter punches, very effective. Molina doing an excellent job of pouring it on. Then a solid right hand, a quick left set it up, and then a hard right hand rocked Marcado. And Molina now pursuing, and referee Zach Young wants to give a standing 8 count to Martin Marcado as Molina unleashed a pretty heavy torrent of punches. All is well, back to action we go, and now Molina, hot in pursuit, has Marcado in trouble yet again, and you can see the officials are all about safety. A couple of very solid shots from Molina as he continues to pour it on. Molina, relentless in his attack, finally pushing it forward and landing the hard punches, and has Marcado in trouble already. And now Zach Young was about to step in as round number 2 came to a close, a round that Javier Molina had Martin Marcado in trouble in at least a couple of times. Marcado now will do all he can to try to get something back in this third round, but he is just the victim of a very tough boxer. Javier Molina has peaked at the right moment. A very tough boxer. Martin Marcado is quite the boxer himself, but on the road to get to this final bout, it takes its toll on you, and he may just be out of steam. He's a very skilled boxer, Martin Marcado is, out of Fresno, but he may have met his match in Javier Molina. So the third and final round of boxing about to get underway. Javier Molina with a very big lead goes back to work as the third and final round gets underway. Molina in red, Marcado in blue. and a couple of standing 8 counts on Martin Marcado. Caught him in trouble, and now Marcado will back up into the corner. He was stung by Molina, and I believe Zach Young is going to say that he's seen enough, and that is the case. Too much for Martin Marcado. The bout will be stopped, and Javier Molina will advance. So that will enable us to take a quick break. We'll come back with the inevitable decision. You're watching the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week in the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm Denny Marks from Contact One. My goal is to help you promote your business without saying a word. We have everything from clever, innovative products to office products that your clients use every day, all with your logo to make a distinct impression. We have a wide variety of promotional products, from sporting goods to beautiful gift baskets for special occasions. If you can think about it, we can logo it. Check our extensive website at contactpp.com today for some great ideas.
Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week from Long Beach Police Activity League. Rob Osmond with you with All-Star Entertainment Productions, awaiting the decision of Javier Molina and Martin Marcado. Javier Molina, a winner. Referee stops the contest. Zach Young seeing enough of Javier Molina to declare him the winner. You're watching the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. More boxing coming up right after these messages.
When your hectic life is in fast forward, you can stop time with Time Warner Digital Cable for the time of your life. Get the most from digital cable and Roadrunner High Speed Online. With this back-to-school special, start your favorite movies the instant you want with eye control. Pause, rewind, or fast forward using your digital remote whenever you want. Choose from hundreds of channels with more premium channels than satellite. And the same digital cable gives you 2 great connections at the same time. With Roadrunner High Speed Online, you're always connected. Download photos, video, and music up to 50 times faster than dial-up. Make shopping a joy. And with these special savings, now is the time to get digital cable from Time Warner. Get half off any DigiPick or DigiPick combo package for the first 2 months. And when you order now, installation is only $9.95. Time Warner Cable. Now anything's possible.
Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week from Long Beach Police Activity League. This is the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. Up next, we have a bout at 119 pounds. Alfred Martinez from Bulldog Boxing Club in the red corner. His opponent, Flavio Rodriguez from LA Boxing Club, a crowd favorite. At the senior division, 14 and 15-year-olds, 119 pounds. First round action about to get underway. Zach Young, our referee in charge, says let's go, and off we go in round number 1. And the pursuer, Flavio Rodriguez, pouring it on early on, and now Zach Young will try to calm things down and get things started off again at a reasonable pace. Flavio Rodriguez really flying out of there. And then a hard overhand right. Flavio Rodriguez has Martinez against the ropes. Now it's got him back into the corner, continuing to pursue. Flavio Rodriguez is pouring it on, and a couple of missed shots from Alfred Martinez, and Flavio counters very effectively, and back to work they go. And once again, Martinez finds his back against the ropes, and Flavio squaring off, trying to get something inside to rack up the points. Martinez shots come up empty. Flavio backpedals, gets out, allows Martinez to get inside. No points scored on that exchange, but Flavio Rodriguez continues to pick things up. Goes downstairs and then comes up. A right jab to the midsection and then comes back with a powerful left shot. And that caught Martinez, and Flavio Rodriguez racking up the points. And now a straight overhand left jab that turned the head of Alfred Martinez, and Flavio is racking up the points. And Martinez is back to the rope, trying to get the most out of his defense. Martinez could not get out of the attack from Flavio Rodriguez. First round of action is over with, an advantage to Flavio Rodriguez, who really poured it on. Alfred Martinez, apparently unaware from that, out of Bulldog Boxing Club, representing the Central Local Boxing Committee, calls Hollister, California home. And he knows he's got his hands full of his opponent in this bout. Flavio Rodriguez, out of the blue corner, really poured it on. Now Flavio seems to be a little bit on the winded side right now. He boxes out of the Los Angeles Boxing Club, lives in LA, represents the Southern California Local Boxing Committee at 119 pounds. And second round action about to get underway. Seconds are out. Zach Young says, let's go. And off they go for round number 2. And we'll see if the pursuit of Flavio Rodriguez continues. It certainly looks so. Again, Martinez back into the corner, and then wailing away is Rodriguez for a series of points, continuing to dominate the bout. And now Martinez trying to turn the tables, and Flavio is equally skilled at fighting in reverse. And he'll turn the table, and Rodriguez, again, the aggressor in round number 2, about midway through. Rodriguez again with Martinez against the ropes, allows him to get off of him, and then back to work they go. And now it's Martinez trying to put something together, but the counter punches from Flavio Rodriguez are just absolutely relentless. And now Flavio had Martinez against the ropes, had him pinned in the corner, and then will back out to try to bring the bout to the middle of the ring. A hard overhand right from Flavio will rack up some points as well. And now Rodriguez seems to be setting everything up for later in the bout, because Rodriguez is just not the aggressor that he was early on. So he must feel he has this fight, and that has been the downfall of many a boxer. But right now, as round number 2 comes to an end, Flavio Rodriguez racked up a couple of solid shots on Alfred Martinez. And Martinez is a little worse for the wear. Flavio Rodriguez here in the blue corner, still on the winded side, but rallying behind 2 solid rounds of boxing. And with just 1 to go, Alfred Martinez will have to pick things up. Out of Bulldog Boxing Club, Alfred Martinez will have to pick things up for the third round of action, the final round, coming up here in just a few moments as they get some last-second words of advice from trainers. But Martinez has a hole he's got to climb out of, and Flavio Rodriguez is at the top of it and is very skilled at keeping it that way. So the seconds are out. Zach Young, referee in charge. The bell sounds, and the final round of boxing is underway, and we'll see if Martinez has it in him to pick it up in this final round. But Rodriguez now once again works him into a corner. Martinez cannot quite get out of it, and finally is allowed to do so. And then Rodriguez starts to open things up. Martinez taking a few more gambles to try to work himself inside. Can't quite do it, as Flavio Rodriguez is doing an excellent job of holding him back. So some solid punches, some heavy punches being thrown from Flavio Rodriguez. Caught Martinez with the wrong side of the glove, and Zach Young quick to pick it out. And that's only because Martinez had moved inside of the ultimate end of that punch from Rodriguez. So rest assured, he felt a little bit of it. It's just not going to be a scoring blow. And then a hard overhand right from Flavio Rodriguez rocked Martinez. Martinez backpedaled quickly to regroup. And now back to boxing we go as the third round about to expire. And so far, Flavio Rodriguez has truly poured it on. Martinez trying to make something happen. Working on the inside, goes upstairs, lands a couple of solid shots. Flavio able to take them. And that will be the end of the bout. A very hard-fought battle in the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. We'll take a quick break. More boxing coming up right after these messages.
DesertNetwork.com, the Valley's online search engine, welcomes you to the 21st century. At DesertNetwork.com, quickly search and find the Valley's top businesses, retail stores, and restaurants, large and small, well-known and not so well-known. Easily search for product and service information, company websites, location maps, even instant printable coupons, and more. Point, click, found, DesertNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week, awaiting the decision at the senior 119-pound level. Flavio Rodriguez at the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. Rodriguez at 119 pounds. And Alfred Martinez, out of Bulldog Boxing Club. And that decision will be forthcoming. Awaiting everything to get together. Flavio Rodriguez declared the champion, so congratulations to Rodriguez. At 119 pounds will represent California in the regional Silver Gloves. A very well-fought battle. You're watching the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. Back with more boxing after this. Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week from Long Beach Police Activity League. In Long Beach, a rainy day. Alejandro Ochoa out of the red corner at 125 pounds will take on, in the blue corner, Oscar Godoy from Pastel Boxing Club. In this senior competition, 14 and 15-year-olds, first round action underway. And already going to work quickly as the aggressor is Oscar Godoy. And Alejandro Ochoa doing some serious backpedaling now. Ochoa pouring it on. Has Godoy on the back pedal and against the ropes, and a hard shot thrown by Ochoa. As Godoy exited that ring, or off the rope rather, and back to work we go. And still, Oscar Godoy throwing in some good licks as well, and Alejandro Ochoa, no worse for the wear, continues his pursuit. And I don't know what's more physically draining, the actual pursuit. A good left there by Ochoa. If the pursuit wears you out, or if being pursued wears you out. So a lot of energy being expended here, and Alejandro Ochoa continues to pour it on. Referee cautions Ochoa to bring the punches up. And Ochoa now doing a little sizing up. Godoy gets a few good shots in right there. That'll bring up some points. And Alejandro Ochoa continues to pursue Godoy, and Ochoa does a good job of initiating the punches, but Godoy has been doing an excellent job of holding him off. As the first round comes to a close, a very difficult round to score. Advantage, I would say, to Ochoa. Oscar Godoy had some serious shots in there. And Godoy out of Pastel Boxing Club, catching his breath now, a little winded at being so pursued. Godoy hails out of Watsonville. He was the runner-up at Desert Showdown in the open category, so Oscar Godoy has a little bit of experience on him on his side. Alejandro Ochoa from the LA Century Sheriff Boxing Club calls Los Angeles home. and has a wealth of experience in that corner, and he would be wise to listen to it. Alejandro Ochoa, a very solid boxer. That is evident in the first round. He likes to be the aggressor, likes to continue his pursuit, but has not been able to follow up on anything yet because Oscar Godoy has some solid defensive skills as well. So the seconds are climbing out. Second round about ready to get underway, and here we go. Back to boxing. Alejandro Ochoa out of the red corner wearing the blue trunks, and Oscar Godoy wearing the blue gloves and the red trunks. And once again, Ochoa, the aggressor, has Godoy in the corner. A good flurry of exchanges there. And no one the worse for the wear. Or no one worse for the wear, how about that? And Ochoa continues his pursuit. Godoy looking for that angle, looking for somewhere to go. Constantly moving to keep out of the reach of Ochoa. And Ochoa is just methodically stalking Godoy, pursuing him. Godoy got a good shot in there, and Ochoa had a good return exchange. So Godoy's getting his licks in. He's just fewer and farther between. And he's doing it on his heels as Alejandro Ochoa continues to pursue him, keeping him in the corners or his back against the ropes. Some good shots to the body from Ochoa, and those count just as much as the shots to the head. Back in the corner and working the side now is Ochoa. Ochoa leading with his left and has a hard right to follow. And Godoy just missing that one at the end of the second round. So Ochoa got a couple of shots in. Oscar Godoy got a couple of good shots in. Oscar Godoy has one round to pick things up a little bit out of Pastel Boxing Club, getting some good words of advice from his trainer to try to resurrect this bout. And you wonder how cold it is in here and how rainy it is all around here. There's a lot of leaks in the roof here at Long Beach Police Activity League, and Alejandro Ochoa had a little bit of a sweat going, and you wonder if that cold is beginning to affect him any. It certainly doesn't show it in the ring. Both boxers very well conditioned, and one round remaining to see who will represent California in the regional Silver Glove Championships. Alejandro Ochoa in the red corner wearing the blue trunks. Oscar Godoy in the blue corner wearing the red trunks. Third round, final round, underway. Ochoa, a couple of good body shots and then rocked a couple of good short little inside jabs against Godoy that caught Godoy. And now pouring it on is Alejandro Ochoa. Had a good short left that had a lot of power behind it, scored for points. And Alejandro Ochoa pouring it on in the third round. He'd been doing it from the inside. Now he starts to work low and work his way up. And Oscar Godoy is doing some serious backpedaling now as Ochoa winding up and pouring it on, racking up the points. Some solid punches being given by Alejandro Ochoa. So Oscar Godoy getting inside and getting a couple of good punches in, but then it just opened the door for Alejandro Ochoa, and that perhaps is what Godoy's strategy was. He has to take a few chances here to try to make something happen in the third and final round, and Alejandro Ochoa will have no part of it and continues to pour on and continue in his pursuit of Oscar Godoy and continues to pursue this championship. Alejandro Ochoa with the black shirt and blue trunks, clearly pouring things on in this, the third and final round. Godoy took a shot to the stomach or to the abdomen that bent him over a little bit, and that may have knocked the wind out of him briefly. But he is back to work and trying to do everything he can to keep Alejandro Ochoa. The bell will sound. We'll have our decision coming up. Rob Osmond will be back with more. You're watching the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. We're back after this. This portion of the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Regency Insurance and Financial Group, meeting your financial needs in health, dental, life, workers' compensation, and disability. Come in for a consultation and receive a free keychain. Regency Insurance and Financial Group, proud sponsors of the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week from Long Beach Police Activity League in a wet and rainy and cold Long Beach. This is the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. We are at the senior division, the 14 and 15-year-old level at 125 pounds. We're awaiting the decision. Rob Osmond with you with All-Star Entertainment Productions. Glad to be here for this exciting event. Our boxers looking for that chance to represent California in the regional Silver Gloves. Just got a good round of applause from the crowd. Alejandro Ochoa out of the red corner, and the LA Century Sheriff Boxing Club put on a very good display of boxing against Oscar Godoy from Pastel Boxing Club, and our decision will be coming in just a moment. It will be Alejandro Ochoa. Congratulations to the young boxer from LA Century Sheriff Boxing Club. We have a lot more boxing coming up from the 2004 Silver Glove Championships. We're back right after this. This portion of the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week is brought to you in part by QT School Uniforms and Embroidery, providing quality professional work in school uniforms for the Coachella Valley. All-Star Entertainment Productions is proud to welcome QT Uniforms to the Game of the Week family. Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. This is the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships from Long Beach. Up next, Gustavo Diaz from Bell Gardens Boxing Club at 132 pounds will take on Justin Lee out of San Francisco in a battle of 14 and 15-year-olds. All for the right to represent California in the regional championships forthcoming. Gustavo Diaz in the black trunks with red trim against Justin Lee in the black trunks with white trim. First round action is underway, and already Gustavo Diaz sends a clear message to Justin Lee that he's ready to fight. A hard overhand right sent the head of Justin Lee back, and that will rack up some points. So Gustavo Diaz with a very crisp, heavy punch against Justin Lee. Gustavo Diaz leading with a couple of good jabs and then following in there with a couple of quick punches. Justin Lee on the other side waiting for Diaz to commit and then gets rocked by a left from Gustavo Diaz. And another solid punch. Justin Lee got a good lick in there as well. A hard straight left hand turned the head of Gustavo Diaz. So Justin Lee sending a message that he's ready to fight and he can take a punch as well. A good counter punch by Lee, but Gustavo Diaz there to finish it. And against the ropes they go, back to fighting midway through round number one. So both boxers have landed some solid punches already. Gustavo Lee was the aggressor and now picks up as he punches his way through, as the first round will be coming to an end here momentarily. A couple of misses at the end of the first round, but Gustavo Diaz got some good solid shots in. And Justin Lee, who made the travel to Long Beach all the way from San Francisco, has his hands full and getting some ringside adjustments being made. And Justin Lee had some good shots. He appears to be the better of the counter punchers. However, he got in a couple of good shots as well. We'll see if conditioning will affect him later on. Gustavo Diaz has the aggressiveness in him. He trains out of Bell Gardens Boxing Club, and Bell Gardens is his home. And he did an excellent job. Has a very short, explosive punch that's halfway to you before he puts any power behind it. But boy, the power he puts in that short of a punch turned the head of Justin Lee a couple times as round number 2 gets underway. Justin Lee in black and white, and Gustavo Diaz in red and black. And Gustavo Diaz being cautioned to listen to the commands of the referee. He carried on the fight a little bit too long on that exchange. And Justin Lee has some very solid shots as well. So both boxers now being cautioned to listen, stop the pushing, and keep your heads up. And stick with boxing. That's what they're there for. A good short left hand caught Justin Lee, and then a hard right hand from Diaz will rack up some points as well. And Justin Lee will have to pick things up a little bit. He comes in with a couple of solid shots, unable to do anything with it was Justin Lee, as Gustavo Diaz put up a very solid defense. And then a hard right hand, and then followed up with another right hand, and then a flurry of punches as Justin Lee had to just simply fall forward to get out from being against the ropes. No knockdown. And Gustavo Diaz with a hard right hand. Lee got a couple of good shots in there himself on Diaz as round number 2 is just about over with. And I'll tell you, this has been a good battle. Gustavo Diaz, just when you think he's starting to open things up, Justin Lee continues to work himself back into this bout. A good straight overhand right will go for points from Justin Lee. And Gustavo Diaz back on the hunt as round number 2 comes to a close. Advantage, I guess, again to Gustavo Diaz, but Justin Lee got some good shots in there and knows that he is within reach of winning this bout if he can put something together in the third and final round. Justin Lee again from San Francisco, and you'd hate to make this trek all the way down to Long Beach on a rainy day all for nothing. So Justin Lee is here to work. Gustavo Diaz, a shorter trek from Bell Gardens, but a very solid effort being put forth by Gustavo Diaz. And 1 round to claim victory and the right to represent California in the regional Silver Glove Championships that will take place in a couple of weeks. And Gustavo Diaz is 1 round away from adding his name to that list, but not if Justin Lee has anything to say about it. And this is the time to say anything. The third and final round of action underway. Gustavo Diaz back to work, has Lee against the ropes, will let him go, and the referee in charge will caution Lee for holding and get back to action in the third round. Gustavo Diaz, a couple of good shots. A hard right followed by a quick left hand caught Justin Lee, and those will rack up the points, and those are the ones that will separate you from your opponent very quickly if you could put those punches together. The trick is, and you see this especially at the younger ages, not so much for these guys, but they try to be the professional boxer. They try to, now we got a great flurry going on here. But the younger boxers especially like to put together the professional looking bouts. And once again, Gustavo Diaz sends it in there, and that'll be a standing 8 count for Justin Lee. Too much, says the referee in charge. Gustavo Diaz really poured it on. We're midway through the third round if this bout continues. And that is indeed what will happen. And then Lee comes back, gets a good quick shot in that Diaz pretty much just walked into. So these guys showing that veteran status, being able to go in there and get them. As the third round begins to tail off and time running out for Justin Lee. Again, no points for the standing 8 count, and now we're going to get another standing 8 count as Gustavo Diaz landed a couple of serious shots on Justin Lee. And we'll see if this fight will continue. Diaz will get no extra points for the standing 8 count, but he will get points for the shots that led to it. We'll take a quick break, come back with our decision. You're watching the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week. We're back right after this.
You have a unique lifestyle?
You need a unique car detail service that fits your needs.
Unique Car Detail specializes in complete car care.
Scratch removal, door dings, bumper repair, and minor dents.
Let them seal or wax your car from sun and sand damage.
You want your car to look good inside and out.
Washing eliminates dirt, but not scratches and dings.
Time is no excuse.
With their mobile detail service, they can revive your car's luster at home, work, or at their shop.
Whatever fits your needs.
It's convenient for you.
That's what's unique about Unique Car Detail.
Unique Car Detail.
Affordable and convenient.
200-6326.
Welcome back to the Carl's Jr. Time Warner Cable Game of the Week from Long Beach. You're watching the 2004 California State Silver Glove Championships. Gustavo Diaz in red just declared the champion. The referee stopped the contest at the end of round number 3. So Gustavo Diaz is our champion at 132 pounds in the senior division. So congratulations. Back with more boxing right after these messages.